used to hate playing us and cheating Irish.
There's not going to be many English people in this team, that's for sure.
We used to go up to the Starbucks counter and order all the cakes. Absolutely monster of a bloke, head like a lion.
I think HR have problems with headlocks these days.
That one will get me in trouble, actually, yeah.
Hello and welcome to Hits Different. We are at the unbelievable Thatcher's Farm, and what an establishment it is, Aki, isn't it?
Special place. Our
joined by a Welsh legend, your mate. You bring him in, mate.
What a man. A man that we hear about a lot in rugby. We don't get to see him very often, do we? This is a treat for everyone. Richard Hibbard.
Hibbs, you look glorious. Thanks for joining us. How is retirement, first and foremost? How's life?
Yeah, it's good fun. I think the initial, when you finish, you're a bit lost, and you're like regimented almost. Every day you got a schedule, you got your uniform you wear. But I was lucky. I started a few businesses just before I retired, so I was going straight into the manic side of that, which is good fun and it keeps me busy. Yeah.
Hibbs, we're going to ask you to name your ultimate 15, best 15 players you played with or against.
Yeah.
Take it away, mate. The floor's yours.
Right, okay. I'll start in the forwards because I remember them.
Yeah.
The backs not so much. I think loose heads. I've been very lucky with teams I played with. Gethin is quality, but probably my Ospreys teammate Paul James.
Yeah.
One of the toughest gets around. He'll always be in the starting fights everywhere. Not on the pitch either, so he's definitely there.
Is he handy on it? Is he?
Oh yeah.
Fast fist, does he?
Yeah. Throws him down.
Adam Jones used to hide behind me and him. And then onto Adam Jones. For a tight end to be your first name on the team sheet for 10 years, it's incredible. And he was like, the only way to describe it, like these are uncomfy chairs, aren't they? Yeah. He was scrummaging on settee. It was like, he was a cornerstone. You know what I mean? He didn't move, didn't budge, big, soft, hairy. He was unbelievable. Like to be the first on an international team sheet, no one a tight end. It was.
You've obviously spent a lot of time with him at quiz. He came on and he had some fond words to say about Rich, didn't he?
He loved you, mate. Have you got any tales about Bomb, our good mate Bomb?
What can I repeat?
Because mate, he is one of the he tells me every time he's an icon. Like he's a Welsh icon, and he gets annoyed at me when I say that. But like, just how good was he, and what a bloke as well at the same time.
He's still one of my best mates. He still calls in down and sees me when he's back home. Bomb. From the days he started, where he was getting subbed off for 20 minutes, you go through that, and like there's no bigger embarrassment, you know. Especially when it's pre-planned as well.
Cheers, Eddie.
And you know that one, isn't it?
Oh, I never used to get on for the first 20. I was going to be subbed on for the last 20.
And back off. But no, to go through that and to develop to become the cornerstone of the Welsh scrum. We wouldn't have won so many titles and games and stuff we went for him. We all built it around him. We knew our scrum was going to go well. It's a platform you just needed. And it was back in those days as well, which is great. And off the pitch, he can be grumpy on times. He likes to think he knows it all. He's pretty good on the quiz.
He does. He reckons he's the best quizzer, quizzing sportsman ever, doesn't he?
It's all self-titles, isn't it? Yeah.
Tells me about his question of sport record and his mastermind.
Oh, you didn't shut up about it, to be fair.
Yeah.
But no, he's a great bloke. He's still one of my best mates now. He's quality. We used to have a cake club on a Friday before an international, which is good. Nice. So everybody at a normal cake club, you just go and have one cake. Yeah. But we used to go up to the Starbucks counter and order all the cakes. And each share each of them. And the cake club grew. It was me, Paul, Adam, Yanto, Ian Evans, Alan Wynne. And they just looked at us in disgust, but those cakes disappeared very quickly.
Who would be the hooker you hated playing against, enjoyed playing against? Who'd that be?
Oh, it'd be a few. They're all boots hookers seem to be, except myself. I was lucky enough for my first start, it was against Ledesma for Argentina. That was like hitting a concrete brick wall. Right, yeah. Then you had the likes of John Smith. He really annoyed me because I remember we went down to tour in South Africa and we played South Africa. I think the second test he played hooker. And he's a good scrummager, he's very good, he's a big bloke. And the following test he played tight end because Bismarck was coming on scene. So make room, yeah. But we thought, all right, okay, we're going to screw him. Tight dead here now. He's a hooker. We'll screw him in the scrum. He was better tight dead. He was. We didn't get nowhere near him in the scrum, so it was devastating. He was a quality player though. Yeah, Dylan was always a good opposition to play against.
Who's making it then? Who's making?
Oh, I'm gonna say. Yeah, I think it's I'm gonna say Bestie. I think he's all around. I think over the legacy as well. He was quality. He just seemed to get better with age. Didn't look better in age, but he got better playing wise. But he was quality. He was, and I enjoyed playing against him. So.
Yeah, good man.
Awesome. That's a good front row.
Yeah, it'd go well, wouldn't it? Good off the field as well, I imagine, that front row.
Yeah, good front row.
Really, would you like to be part?
Good grubbers as well.
You've picked some good tourists there, haven't you?
Yeah, it's all key. It's all part of it. Second row wise, obviously you got the stalwart Alan Wynne. Alan Wynne came through when the Ospreys, keen super kid, and he didn't change all the way through. So he's just a legend, isn't he? Like the intensity he plays at and stayed at for his whole career without injury, was just, you tip your hat to it. There's no one else can do it.
And he was like that day in, day out,
yes.
People say. Yeah.
First on the pitch, last off the pitch. No matter what he did, it was wild. And
good splits as well,
isn't he? Yeah, after a bit of drinking, a little bit fruity, but he's he's a great, honestly, he's an icon and a great leader, because he's not the leader that gives it all. He gives a bit of that, but he'll go out and do it. And he really puts it out there. I mean, you can't fault his effort. Wow. He's quality.
Maybe joining him in the second row then.
That's the tough one. I was thinking, it's a hard one. That I started. I think I joined the Ospreys in late 2003, the year they started. I joined just after Christmas, and we had some quality players there. You had Garthlew there. You had different era. Brent Cobain when they first started. You remember Brent? Yeah, he's a hell of a boy. Honest God. The big Aussie. Ian Evans, again, he was Alan Wynne's partner all the way through in the 1820s. So their rivalry was great, on and off the pitch, which was great, especially on drinking.
Okay.
You were lucky with the Lions, you played with like Paulie Collin, who's hard not to put in your team, and play against him. I used to hate playing against him. Cheating Irish,
doesn't sound like he's making your. It doesn't sound like he's making your team, though, does it?
Yeah, I think it's like a bit of loyalty. I was thinking with Ian Evans.
I thought this was going to be a very Welsh dominated team.
I like it.
You'll see a trend here.
Looking after their own.
There's not going to be many English people in this team, that's for
Bob
sure.
was the same.
Could have guessed this.
Stick to your own. I like it.
And don't forget, we played together so long down there. We were 10 years in the Ospreys together.
Amazing team as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it was us boys, and then we just brought all these superstars in around. It was just, it was weird in that and then, because you didn't sort of appreciate the picture. All the other, your Justin Marshalls, your Jason Splices, your Marty Hollis, your Philos, these boys came in, Jerry came in. And you just, because it's still your core team, you didn't expect it. Stefan de Blanche, Tommy Blow. It's just incredible, the boys we had Ricky January for an 8-month period. He's a story now, I can tell you about him.
So you go in Ian Evans and Alwyn Jones, stalwarts.
Yes.
I like it.
Nice.
Yes.
The back row is where it gets interesting.
It is, it's so tough. And this is what I was thinking about. I was lucky to play with Sam. Sam was a great leader, captain. Tips is definitely in my team.
Unbelievable, isn't he?
Yeah. He's
still.
Yeah, and you could put him back row, centre, and he's got the skills to play centre. You mean, that's that unbelievable player. So he's definitely in the team. And it's the other two slots I struggle with. Obviously, Toby, he's world class. He's still world class now. But then I also played with Philo. And there's the biggest, scariest man I've ever met in my life. Yeah. Absolutely monster of a bloke. Head like a lion, like a jungle cat. I used to do this thing before game. You yawn, like stretch his mouth, and you go, ah. And it looked like a lion. I was nervous there. Such a young boy standing there. I was thinking, he's going to eat everyone. But he was incredible. And he came to us about 37 years old and played for us 99 times.
Wow.
Yeah, he's that like a much of a legend over there. He's got a whole like chapter of him in Tano Umunga book. So he's quality. And it wasn't just on his field presence. It was his culture he brought off it. Like you wanted impress Philo. He wanted to, whatever he said went, do you know what I mean? And they live in those cultures still in the Ospreys, which is great.
Amazing.
And we're lucky because we had Marty at the same time. And again, he would have been in 100 caps for any other country. It's just he had McCaw in front of him. And if you speak to Justin, Justin says how much he helped him with his early days of career and stuff. So he's the tough one is who I pair up with him, because you got Lids as well, who's a stalwart of that team.
He's finally calling it a day.
He's
about
just
47 years old.
Yeah. The wheels really fell off. The weekend, I think he said.
So you go in Tipperick,
Philo,
and...
But then I got Jerry.
It's hard to leave him out, isn't it?
Yeah, and believe it or not, Jerry's a loony, so he's a brilliant bloke. We signed him because Philo can control him. And then halfway through the season, Philo retired, so the real Jerry came to play.
How much fun was that
Yeah.
playing with Jerry Cole?
Yeah,
Like on and off the field, what was it like?
He's just a wild bloke. He's an amazing bloke. Couldn't do enough for you, literally. I didn't care if you were academy, senior player, or seasoned international. He had same time for everybody.
Yeah.
He's just one of these. And bear in mind, we signed him just after he got sacked in Toulon. I think he'd headlocked the president or the president's wife. So as you do.
That gets you sacked, apparently, doesn't it?
I don't know how.
HR have problems with headlocks these days.
But we had Philo at the time, and so I think Philo looked up to Philo. So we brought him over, and he was just incredible. His shoulders were knackered by the time he got to us, but he can still. He did this hip tackle, which is probably illegal as hell now, but
so
he was.
Philo leaves, and then how quick
Jerry
did you
comes out
see
to play.
it? I was going to say, how quick did you see
Jerry's come out to play Monday to Thursday anyway.
Right, okay.
He's quality. He's wanted to, so he didn't drive much. So he paid his taxi driver to take him around the local bars. I've experienced the Australia, we called it.
Okay,
the whole region.
Nice.
So you go around and sample all those. And then he turned up to one rugby club, boys tell the story. He wanted to watch the rugby on the TV, he didn't have a TV, went to the Curry's, bought the TV, brought it back in the rugby club, give him the TV, so they could put the rugby on.
Amazing.
That was just Jerry, that's the type of special person he was. So he's hard not to lead in, but it's got to be like, Matty Holla he's just quality, he's just...
You said you had a call, didn't you, at the Ospreys for him? You know that, that scenario on the pitch?
We've used the Holla call.
Have you?
Where you succeeded.
He just stands behind the
That's
breakdown.
You explain to anybody watching like how impressive that is, firstly, to have a call named after yourself.
So it came up, we were in the Gloucester game, we were losing in the last minute, and you know when they used to do the small pick and goals, there's no
kill
way.
the game.
Yeah, but he came up with a Holla call where what you do, you let the ball carrier through and block the two cleaners, so then Holla would sit behind the ruck, just holler the ball. And that's what we call it, the Holla.
Nice. I did that for my whole career, just let people through. Just as but nobody knew
about we called the Holla.
Nobody knew about the Holla call, did they?
The revolving door.
Clubs are still using that. Like, clubs are still using that now. Yeah. It's like the Holla call, which is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, he was again someone who just brought this professional and culture into the club. Yeah. Like we were so lucky at the time. First experience was Marshall. He was a bit different of a Kiwi. He was a Greek bloke, don't get me wrong, but he was the height of his stardom. When then you had these boys come in, we had Jason Spice again, another Greek, hell of a scrum half. Philo, Jerry, Marty, Damien Crona, Cashmore. These boys were coming in, and they weren't like taken from the environment, just coming over for play a bit of rugby retirement. They just added so much to us. That's why we went to that next level, and the development of the boys was just incredible. It was, it was, and like I said earlier, it's that you don't sort of appreciate it when you're in it. When you want me to step out and you look back, and I was trying to look for this team last night, and I was just remembering some of the boys. It was just insane. It was just insane.
So you've gone with Tipperick,
yes,
Marty Holla,
and Philo.
Awesome.
Apologies, I know I'm going to upset some boys back home.
You spent, just a reminder, you spent 5 years at Gloucester. You've not even mentioned the forwards you played with at Gloucester.
I know. Well, that's my bench. It's my bench.
Jonathan will be watching this at home thinking he didn't even get a mention. He's scrummaged 150 times.
He made me scrummage low. I've gone for a couch. So this big giant couch in the Ospreys to John Thrower, which is a low profile tyre. Well, I had to shrunk about 2 meters off the deck. Do you know what I mean? I had to change my whole game for him. But
worked there, didn't it?
Oh, he was quality. Yeah. Again, he's should have had a mention and. A forward, again, a prop skill for his back.
Yeah.
He was just ridiculous the stuff he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Then I had to go to him in training for being too positive.
Especially that was like, it's seeing Hibbs and some of the Kiwis and just I wouldn't say Rich was negative. Rich was a realist, weren't you?
Yeah.
You was a
Welsh.
You were Welsh.
Says it how it is.
Yeah.
And the Kiwis obviously adding an element of positivity and this and this. And he just stopped training to call him out and go toe to toe about go toe to toe all of them like that in a row, going about being too. Let's just say we'll keep it polite but too friendly, fake. This not just a job. There's there's a few that he was fed up with. Let's say.
He was brilliant. Yeah. But then, there's some empty shell ones as well. So it's
they won't be watching.
Yeah. They won't watch.
Don't worry.
So
that's a different 15. That altogether.
Yeah.
Different 15.
I can hear me that 15.
No, don't worry about that, Rich.
That one will get me in trouble actually. Yeah. Backs.
So see if you can remember any backs. Go on.
Well, scrum halves, like I named a few there. You got Justin. You had Webby in the Ospreys. You had Nat Brown. We had Ricky January come over. And it was funny because we were out in Viadana and we lost loads of scrum halves, as the Ospreys did at the time. We'll get a superstar. Yeah. So we'll get Ricky January. He was outstanding for South Africa at the time. We're in this park, doing a team running Viadana. You imagine it's pitches all like this. Football's being kicked everywhere. And you see this guy, he's looking a bit out of shape, tubby, carrying a plastic carrier bag, walking through the park. Oh, we just thought some guy was walking. It was Ricky. He's obviously out of season. Like a boxer goes out of season. Yeah. He was, but he turns up and he was incredible. Yeah, absolutely incredible.
Skills are unbelievable.
Just
good on him.
Yeah.
I played against him when he was in France towards the end.
And he was had to get there, didn't he?
And he was just like, "This is me, man.
Yeah,
this is just the way I am." But he was unbelievable.
Yeah, he's out. And another good boy who came into the squad. Yeah. Really good. He used to call me John.
Is it?
Not Smith. The other word.
Right.
We can't say here.
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
So who are those boys? Who's the one you enjoyed the most?
It's Philzy. Philzy. Drunk Philzy's an interesting person. You experienced him?
Yeah.
Interesting?
Yeah. I love playing. Well, I hated playing against him because I always thought it's not fair. You can't be that tall and play scrum half. It's like copping out, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
But unbelievable player.
He should have been back row, but he's too much of a girl. But yeah, and Philzy, after a few beers, he stayed drunk all the way, so the next morning was always interesting as well. But he was incredible, like you said, 6'5", scrum half, different gravy, like strength of him. And when Aaron Jarvis, the prop, came training for Wales the first time, doing a contact session. He's going to tackle Philzy. Philzy bounced him off. And scored a try. Philzy walked back. Mike Phillips, nice to meet you. Welcome to Wales. So it's like, that's Philzy all over. He's that arrogance to him, but if you knew him,
backed it up there, didn't he?
Oh, completely.
Yeah.
10. Really, it's tough in it because Hookie is master of all trades, wasn't he? He's bounced everywhere. Yeah. Steve Jones was quality. I was lucky to play with Sexton. In the Lions, but for me it's Biggs. Like Biggs from day one, when he turned up as an 18-year-old kid, to Biggs at the end was exactly the same. Really? He was screaming at the props day one at 18.
Was he?
I thought one of our props was going to kill him in his first game.
Yeah.
Literally said something about moving. And he's an 18-year-old kid screaming. You imagine a prop. If he could have run, he would have gone to get him. So yeah, Biggs is just quality. He isn't just like he was a great player. But the depth of his knowledge and how he looked into the games and stuff. He put all his balls in the bath the night before the game to get the leather certain softness he wanted. I don't think it made a difference, but his kicking percentage is different. Yeah. But he was just quality, and his knowledge, the way he spoke. If he weren't shouting at you, he was quality. He was a very good.
So Mike Phillips, Dan Bigger, 9-10.
Yeah. Centre-wise, again, where do you start this? You lost Ospreys, you got the Henson. Never to this day I've seen someone back Henson, early days Henson, when time on ball. You know, like normal human beings, I feel like you've got a second on the ball. You go to tackle him in training, you look like you had 3 or 5 seconds on the ball. Again, a great bloke. Don't put any beers in him. He's got a demon. He has really got a demon side to him. So I've seen him get hit many a time on a beer.
Happens to everyone, Rich.
Yeah, it does. This man next to me, I've seen it as well. Yeah,
happens to everyone. Yeah.
Well, you seem to have this alter ego. Thinks the alter ego seems to be tougher than the actual persona.
Happens to us all.
Yeah,
Really?
So that one just normally gets in check.
Okay.
Happens to us all.
Yeah.
As you were saying, back to so Gav at 12.
Yeah, I know. Then you got Doc. Doc is like he's number 8 to 12, isn't he? He was incredible. And yeah, you get skillful when you're hooky. I'd chuck him in there as well. But I'm just going to build my team on size, so I'm going to go with Doc.
Jamie Roberts, 12.
No one could stop him. Like, they knew the line was coming. And the only time England stopped him, they put Rosalie opposite him.
Yeah.
That was a genius plan.
Joe Wesley, one of the best tackles I've seen in my life. Yeah.
He nailed
just
him
had to
every
find someone that could stop him.
Smart though, wasn't it?
It was a very smart.
Because he was just bigger than everyone else, wasn't he? Just hit that hard line that people couldn't.
No, you knew it was coming. And there's nothing you could do about it.
Nothing you could do about it. No.
The poor tens, you move him into the wing.
I know, bless him.
But yeah, when they put him, that was the only time I've seen him really, really dealt with.
Really.
Yeah, so I'll have to go with him. 13s. It's got to be John Fox.
Yeah.
He's just quality again.
Yeah.
Monster of a bloke. Nicest guy off the pitch.
Yeah.
But the strength of the bloke. I remember him coming through. It was like rumours in Wales. He can clean 160 at 18 and stuff. He was just an athlete.
Wow.
He's a quality player as well. Remember the handoff in Ireland?
Yeah.
He just goes poof. The guy folds in half.
Straight through. Yeah.
No one like that stiff hand. Just trails behind.
Yeah.
It's good. You get nowhere near him. So he'd definitely be there.
Yeah, you can't argue with that centre player.
Yeah.
Class.
It was good for years as well, wasn't it? That as a pairing was brilliant for
Partnership,
years.
it's good.
Wingers, mate. Did you ever speak to any wingers?
I knew a few.
You can go outside Wales for them if you want. You don't have to.
I think there's one you can't go outside.
Oh yeah, they're all about. No, my back rows.
Would that little fella be?
Shane?
Yeah, would he be?
Yes, he's quality. He's different gravy. Like no matter what era he transferred through, because he must have gone for 50 different eras. And he had about 40 different retirement games, but he was always quality no matter what. For a little man as well, you know, to be that elusive, you needed to be.
I don't know that as elusive as him. He's different level.
You'll survive now. You can't touch him half anymore.
Yeah,
it's a law.
Good law.
But he was quality. He's one of those game changers. You know, loose ball or anything, he'll just change the game for you. Many times with the Ospreys, something from nothing. He'd definitely make it. The open one now is the tough one because we had Nicky Walker, Stephenton Blanche, Tommy Bowe, Cathy, George. The Islanders are always big boys when they haven't seemed to be my kryptonite. They always injured me.
Would a young George North be someone that you looked at thinking that is a
but equally, he was a freak of nature. But then Cathy was just the same.
Yeah.
And everybody give Cathy a hard time and stuff. But he was
some big backs for a time. Yeah.
Well, if you think of that back line alone,
massive.
Your 2 wingers the size of back rowers. You're Jamie and George, and Jamie and Fox in the middle.
Yeah.
Phil's your scrum half. That's your
Lee Byrne at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Hookie, like all big boys.
6'3" aren't they?
Yeah. It's a tough one. I think again when we signed Tommy, I think he was just quality. Yeah, and he was again great crack.
Yeah.
Typical Irish guy. He's real good. I'll have a quota of overseas players, so I'll put him in on the wing.
I knew at the back then. Who's at full back?
Bernie was a quality player. Great. Steffi, when he played there, we forget how much of a legend he was, Stefan Launch. But I'm going because I got to put him in the team. His hockey. You know James Steele. He's just And believe it or not, me and James were in school together.
Okay.
Ospreys together. Wales together, same day, same caps. He followed me to Gloucester.
Yeah.
I just could not get rid of him. Every time I tried to shake him off, I literally tried to shake him off, and he followed me. But he's quality, and he was just, he tells the story about it. He was like won Six Nations. He finally had his 10 start.
Yeah.
Injuries happened. I think he literally played every position, centre position and fullback in the Six Nations.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to step.
No.
He was just
quality
special man.
Yeah.
Special player. Not many can do all that. Can cross over periods, play against different defences, but then he's just not what you expect off the pitch, is he?
No. And again, he can't drink. He can't.
It's a common theme here.
Yeah.
Mainly with backs.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, some backs, all right.
Yeah.
But no, he's just a great bloke. Again, great for your team.
Yeah.
He's someone you want on the socials.
Oh, amazing.
He
turns into a different character. Yeah, he's got these couple of famous songs that you just have to push him just a few times, push the button, sing it a few times, and then you just let's rip.
Okay.
It's one of the best you'll ever see.
We'll have to get him on, mate.
Yeah. Oh, he would be.
He'd be good.
Yeah. I remember when we won the Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
So we go to the pub, in Cheltenham.
Yeah.
In the beer garden in the back. I bring a load of cigars for the boys.
Yeah.
And you got Hooky there, puffing this and that, taking a puff, blowing it out, taking an asper pipe.
He's neutralising everything.
Yeah, he was.
It's perfect. Very smart.
Smart.
He's and just the ability to play across and equally as good everywhere in that position. Yeah. So he's got to make it for me.
Hibbs, that's class. What I loved about it, I think you and Adam Jones, loyal. Proper loyal. Yeah, but I love it. Jamie Roberts, not a single Welsh player.
Yeah. I'm not shocked. I'm totally not shocked.
Hibbs, Ultimate 15.
What a man.